Hi, everyone. I am Iya Affo, and I am the Director of Training and Development for the Arizona ACE Consortium. And this is our March edition of the Resilience Empowerment Project newsletter. I hope everyone is doing well. So I was inspired the other day by something I saw online, right? Shocking. I typically am not on social media at all. So I don't have any social media. I don't scroll. I don't do any of that. I did, however, get connected with a platform called Nextdoor. So you're probably all already familiar. I'm late to the party, I know. Um, anyway, it talks about things that are going on in your neighborhood. And I work on a community engagement task force in my community. And so I'm kind of always wanting to feel the pulse of the community or see what people are saying or feeling or whatever the issues that are going on really are, which is why I torture myself with this Nextdoor platform. But anyway, as I was scrolling by, there was somebody that had written about losing their child and how devastated they were, and it was a young adult, and it was just such a sad post. And there was somebody that commented and asked, "Oh, did he receive the jab?" referring to the vaccine. And I was like, who does this? Who responds in this way? So funny, I was so compelled to respond to this person's post. And I said something to the effect of, we probably need to have a lesson on how to treat people. So let's go through this. Rule number one, we consider what we're thinking before we say it, right? We don't have to say everything that comes to mind. So it reminded me, right, of impulsivity and the struggle to control our impulsivity, especially when we're neurologically dysregulated or we have gone through trauma, right? Or we're living with toxic stress. And so we have an elevation in those stress hormones in our system, and we struggle to control our impulses, right? We struggle to control what we say because we're not maybe having access to the part of the brain that we need in order to control that. So, of course, it brought me back to all of you and made me think about um, ways that we can be connecting in the classroom, right? Because ultimately, we are trying to create an environment of safety. So we can have practices that build authentic connections and cultivate joy and contribute to the overall relative safety in the classroom. And we can start by setting norms, right? For the person on Nextdoor who thought it was appropriate to talk about whether we vaccinate or not after somebody's reporting the death of their child. So within the classroom, um, when we talk about norms, we're talking about like mutually established ways of relating to one another, right? We don't need to have a whole long list of things that people need to remember. But if we're talking about maybe kids 11 and over, maybe we say, one, take care of yourself. And two, honor others, right? By acknowledging their presence, their feelings, their opinions, right? And emphasizing that we don't necessarily say everything that comes to mind because we want to honor everyone else in the classroom. We want to honor everyone else in our space, everyone else that we're in relationship with. And if we're talking about littles, maybe we want to say, notice how your body feels inside, right? So maybe up to sixth grade, we want to talk about maybe pre-K through sixth grade. Notice how your body feels inside. Give others a chance to speak. Encourage others to participate. And when we are establishing some of those norms, we might want to do it in a circular formation. If you've taken any of my trainings before, I always talk about what I call the sacred circle. But we have, so many words for that. But many indigenous communities use some sort of circle practice, whether it's to solve community problems, whether it's to share experiences, or just support one another. We often do that in this circular practice, right? We've maybe heard of talking circle that happens in a lot of Native American communities. The idea of being in a circle is that we're all equidistant from the center of that circle. And that expresses the fact that we're all equal, right? We're all equally as important. So even as the teacher, or like I always talk about when I facilitate training, I might be facilitating this training. I'm just a training facilitator. But what I have to say is no more important than what everyone else has to say. And when we are all together, everyone has something important to contribute. And so this is the beauty of this circular practice. Additionally, some research has shown us that being in a symmetrical circle is very neurologically regulating. So it impacts the nervous system and helps the nervous system to relax. And so, of course, when we're trying to create safety, right, that's another important piece that we can be doing. So we can engage in circle practice regularly, right? It'll be comforting and it'll be therapeutic, and especially in times of distress. So if something particularly difficult has happened, we can engage in circle practice. If there's a class project, we can do that. If we have a long-term assignment, if there was a difficult class experience, all of those can be great reasons to facilitate circle practice. Or even if it's just getting together and sharing things that we're going through, or sharing difficulties or struggles, or giving students a voice. When we come together and we sit shoulder to shoulder, arm to arm, thigh to thigh, calf to calf, foot to foot, baby toe to baby toe, we are expressing we are here together as a community, and I'm carrying your burdens just as you're helping me to carry mine. And in that space, we come together, not competing against one another, but really coming together for connection and to have safety and feel safe with one another. So maybe that might be something you want to try, something you want to add to the mix, right? Setting norms was the first piece that we said. And the second piece, incorporating a circle practice. Okay, I hope the rest of your school year goes great, and stay tuned for next month when we deliver another newsletter. Thank you so much. Again, this is Iya Affo from the Arizona ACEs Consortium and the Resilience Empowerment Project. Take care.